Well, look who it is. Good morning, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Welcome back to, I think, episode 15, right, of Walk to 100. And we are starting this morning off with a pretty good day on the market. My portfolio is up, not a crazy amount, but there's actually one pretty big mover in the portfolio this morning. And there's also some really, really crazy movement around the world of dividend investing. And we're going to take a look at all of that. Might even make another purchase this morning in the portfolio. We'll see later on. Let me slow this down. Before we get into any of that, though, what's the count, guys? What is the count? How many calories have we burned this morning? And in case this is your first time tuning in to this Walk to 100 live stream series, the rule is every morning, whenever we do this, I cannot stop streaming. I cannot stop walking until I hit 100 calories. So with that said, I'm going to give you some quick stats here. And from there, try and guess the calorie count, see how many calories we've burned so far. So I've been walking now for about 45 minutes, okay? I've gone 1.64 miles, and I've taken about 4,400 steps. So based on that, what do you think the calorie count is so far? Let me know. Let me know that in the live chat, or let me know in the comments below if you're watching the replay. I'll give you a hint. It's a little bit on the higher end. We're making some great progress this morning. I was on the ball. So let me know what you think in the chat here. Let me scroll up. Let me scroll up here. See, I know there was someone threw in a guess right before the stream even started. I thought I saw that. Oh yeah, Leonardo says 83 calories. Pretty good guess. Let's see who else we got here. We got Adon at 82. We have Vince at 87. Svetlin at 83. Thomas says 84. You guys are like pretty right on the money. I'll tell you what, 86, 86, 78, 88, 89, 88, 84, 86. I see 88 from Joey, 83 from Matthew, 88 from Cheryl, 90, 89, 87. You guys really solid guesses. So we are currently sitting at 84 calories. So who was it? I think there was someone in here who guessed 84. I mean, if we go all the way back to the top here, Leonardo was pretty spot on with 83 there. I think someone might have said 84. Who was the first one to say so? Adon was pretty spot on here with 82. Svetlin with 83. Really good guesses. Thomas, you are the winner this morning, my friend. 84 calories, right on the money. Good job. You get the bragging rights for the day. And how about a quick round of applause for Thomas? There was something else, a couple other things I wanted to, I guess one other thing before we hop in. We're going to dedicate this stream to our friend Charlie Munger this morning. Rest in peace to a true icon. He will definitely be missed. And I know someone who I've learned a lot from and who's inspired me on this investing journey. And I know the same is true for a lot of you guys. So we'll pour one out to Charlie this morning. Now we're going to jump over. I think there was something else I wanted to share. Maybe not. Maybe that was pretty much it. Why don't we just jump over to the screen? I'll show you what's going on in my portfolio today, and then we'll see what some of the bigger mover. Goodness gracious, I haven't had any coffee today. I woke up and just got right to it. We'll see what some of the biggest movers are for the day. So let's jump over to the screen, take a look at my dividend portfolio tracking spreadsheet, which you can start using for free. There is a link to download this in the description of the video. You can use it to start tracking your own portfolio. But today, guys, as of now, the portfolio is at $57,393. And what's crazy is that just a few weeks ago, I wish I would have had this pulled up, but if you go over to the channel, you'll see, go back to Walk to 100, episode 1. It's right there on the thumbnail. I think the portfolio was at 51,600 or so. So just in the last, this has probably been my best month of investing on record. And that might be the true for a lot of you guys as well. But yeah, I mean, going back to the start, 51,600. So just in the last few weeks, have gained almost $6,000 here in the portfolio. So that's an over 10% gain. And anyway, very cool stuff. But anyway, going back over here, my gain for the day up 0.64%. If we go over here to Charles Schwab, looking at my best and worst performers, KRC is off to the races today. They are up 5% for the morning. And there's no news. I mean, they had a pretty solid day yesterday as well. And there's no news to explain this this gain. It's just kind of coming back around. It's just kind of rebounding. So that one's doing really well. And if we scroll, taking a look at the worst performers, it's nothing crazy. I mean, Coca-Cola is basically breaking even. Procter and Gamble the same. Starbucks literally breaking even so far today. So nothing too eventful in the portfolio aside from KRC. But if we go take a look at some of the best and worst performers just elsewhere outside of my portfolio, and I'm going to do it a little bit differently today. I'm just going to show you the top performers and the worst performers. We're not going to jump over to the watch list. It's pretty wonky. I'm just going to start showing you the biggest movers, the ones that really matter. And so just assume that anything aside from these, it's nothing crazy. So let's go over here. Let's start with the worst performers. The worst performer today is going to be Hormel Foods, who's down just about 5% so far this morning. So a pretty big drop for them. And they dropped after reporting their earnings today, this morning before the market opened. Actually, they missed on both the top line, both on sales here. They missed it by 70 million. And they also missed on the bottom line on their earnings per share here by 3 cents. So obviously, miss in both departments sent the share price down. That's to be expected, but it's just one quarter. Don't think this is going to put Hormel out of business. But looking in the comments here, very unimpressive results. People are not too pleased. Another disappointing quarter, and the stock makes a 52-week low. But with that said, let's actually go look at the share price performance. So we know it's down about 5% today. In the last month, it's down 4%. So all of those losses and then some have come just today. And then year to date, Hormel's down 33%, and they are right there at their 52-week low. So sure, unimpressive results, but could that be a buying opportunity for those of us who are buying to collect that cash flow, to stack those dividends? We're able to buy because the dividend per share doesn't change as the share price changes. You're getting that $1.13 no matter what the share price is. So with that said, you'd probably rather buy that $1.13 of dividends at $30.40 compared to $45 per share earlier this year, right? So that's kind of how you got to look at it, at least if you're approaching it with a long-term perspective. And with that in mind, if you feel good about the long-term prospects of Hormel, then it could be a good buying opportunity. You're getting a nice 3.5% yield. Okay, pretty moderate 8% dividend growth rate. I think these are both very well-rounded dividend stats, and you're also got a dividend king with 57 years of growth. So what's not to love, I guess. But anyway, this has been the worst performer so far today. The best performer is going to be Foot Locker, who is up a whopping 16% today. And like Hormel, they also reported earnings, but as I'm sure you can imagine, the results were quite different. If we take a look at those, Foot Locker actually beat on both the top and bottom line. Surprisingly, they beat by 8 cents on the earnings per share, and they beat by 30 million on the revenue. Yet sales were still down 8.6% year over year. We've seen that a lot with some other companies reporting their earnings, revenue trends down year over year. But at any rate, they still beat analyst expectations, which I don't know how much weight you choose to put into that. But, overall, the market seemed to respond really well to that. And they saw a nice 16% jump. But yet, let's take a look at the performance across some other time periods. So just, holy cow, guys, just in the last month, can you believe that? They're up 37.66%. Unreal. And then year to date, they are still down 35.6%. So, very interesting performance from Foot Locker this year and in the last month. I'm curious to know what you guys think of this company. Do any of you own Foot Locker? Any of you buying it right now? Are any of you beneficiaries of today's movement? Let me know that in the live chat. But let's see here. I'm looking in the live chat real quick, just getting caught up. Okay. And I forgot to say good morning to all of you guys and go through and say my good morning. So to make up for it now, good morning, everyone. Looks like there's 85 of us here in the stream right now. So thank you guys all for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the stream so far, and I hope you're having a good morning. But anyway, Foot Locker, guys, best performer of the day. The second one, this other company is NetApp, NTAP, which may or may not be one that you've heard of before. They're in the technology sector. I looked at this one briefly. They do something I honestly could not quite wrap my head around it, but they do something in the cloud, and I'm just going to leave it at that because truth be told, it was quite over my head. But anyway, they're having a really good day today. They're up just a little bit less than Foot Locker. They're up about 15% And we'll take a look at their share price performance real quick before looking at the news. And this is earnings related as well, by the way. So just in the last month, this company's up 25.6%. All across the board, it's been a really strong month on the market. I talked about this being, one of my best performing months overall, or possibly my best performing month overall since I started investing. That's not exclusive to me. That's for a lot of people, as we can see by some of this performance. A lot of stocks have done really well in the last 30 days. But anyway, zooming out, looking at the year-to-date performance, it puts them up about 28.5%. So most of their gains this year have come just in the last 30 days, a huge run up. And this officially puts them at a 52-week high. But anyway, guys, let's go see here. Where is their earnings? So they reported earnings yesterday after the market closed. And this is what we're looking at here. So beat on both the top and bottom line, as we can see here. Revenue was down 6% year over year. And there was another article, so that looks pretty good. But there was another article right here that maybe explains the jump in share price a little bit more. They surge a slight demand improvement. Gross margins impress Wall Street. So let's see if we can read a little bit more into this. And rising gross profit margins. So their profitability is expanding. That's never a bad thing. While a revenue beat and raise, okay, they raised their revenue expectations. That's good. Particularly in light of challenging macro backdrop, where most companies are either lowering full year guidance to softer revenues over the next 90 days and pushing out recovery expectations, yada, yada, yada. The bigger surprise for investors is in relation to margins, as product gross margins reached a record 61%, and total operating margins reached a record 27% in the quarter. Good stuff. So how is this trending over time? I'm curious to see. So if we go back over here, going over to the financials, which, by the way, guys, I mentioned it a couple times this week. I'll mention it again. Seeking Alpha right now, which is the platform that we're looking at, and it's the one we look at every morning. They're still running their Black Friday special. It's 30% off of the premium, Seeking Alpha Premium, which is what I use and have used for years. One of the benefits is you get 10 years of financial data here instead of 5 with the free version. The free version is great. Don't get me wrong, but if you spend a lot of time on the platform, spend a lot of time looking at this stuff, I think the premium could definitely be worth considering. And there's no better time to get it than right now. 30% off. It takes the price from like $248 down to like $160 or $170, somewhere in there. But anyway, guys, looking at this, the NetApp, let's go look at it on a quarterly basis, because this gross profit margin is very interesting. Oh, year over year growth. That's why. So we want as a percent of revenue. And we can see by looking at it that way. I mean, 10 years ago, the profit margins were high enough as it is. 62%. That's really strong. But over time, it's gone up. It's gone up from 62% to 66% in the trailing 12 months, up to 68%. So over time, this company is becoming more and more profitable. That's a great thing. As we continue down the income statement here, looking at the operating income, it's the same story, 13%, 11%. Now we're looking at 16, 19, 18%. So that's better. And the net income margin is probably seeing the weakest expansion out of the others. But, at the very least, worst case scenario, it's pretty steady, right? 10%, 9%. I mean, these are a little bit low, but otherwise 19%, that makes up for it. 15, 12, 14, 20, 11. It's kind of all over the place, but, not looking too shabby. Not looking too shabby. I remember there being a lot to like about NetApp when I was looking at it. It's just, it was just one of those that, and they have negative net debt. Yeah. So I think financially there's a lot to like about NetApp. But like I said, for me, the issue was I couldn't quite figure out what they did. And so that's kind of like becoming the rule number one. If you can't understand it, it's a pass. It doesn't matter. Well, maybe not. At least it's how I'm approaching it. If I can't explain how they make money, if I can't explain what their product or service is, if I can't explain what they do, how can I be expected to understand what differentiates them from some of the other people in the space? So, if you can't check that box, then it's probably not one you should have in the portfolio. And that's a lesson that I've had to learn the hard way. So, but anyway, I want to hear from you guys. I mean, I kind of just talked a lot about, I just been talking a lot these last 15 minutes or so, but I want to hear from you guys, and I want to hear what's going on in your portfolio. How are you doing today? Are you up? Are you down? Any crazy swings? What's your biggest loser? What's your biggest gainer today? Any dividend payments coming in? Let me know what's going on with you guys here in the live chat or in the comments below. I want to hear from you. Let's see what I missed here. Greyhawk says, Foot Locker relies too much on Nike. Nike is moving toward direct sales and bypassing retail. Let's see. Christopher says, NetApp is a data center, server, cybersecurity, cloud computing company. Doesn't really paint much of a picture for me, but I appreciate the you sharing that. Okay. This is your wheelhouse, IT professional for over 23 years now. Now that makes sense. Like for you, man, this might be one to look into. I don't know. And I'd be curious to know, what do you, are you familiar with NetApp? Do you work a lot with NetApp, or I don't know, anything like that, since they are in your wheelhouse? Let's see. Let's keep going here. Yeah, Mark says sad about Charlie Munger. Exactly. Very sad. Very sad. I pretty much decided I'm reading the book right now, Titan, which is a biography on John D. Rockefeller. And I'm about a third of the way into it. But I think after that, I'm going to go back through Poor Charlie's Almanac. And I read it a couple years ago, or maybe about a year ago this time. And yeah, I think it might be about time to go through it again. Let's see. So Christopher here says Dell, HP, IBM. Okay. Matthew, I'm up 0.5%, so 0.5%, and my biggest winner is Ford, and biggest loser is Walmart. Looking to add to J&J and SCHD today. There you go. Fast Eddie said Palantir and VTI are up. Good stuff. Let's see, Christopher. Okay, Cisco and Palo Alto are also competitors of NetApp. That's good to know. The Big Bomb up 0.3% in the brokerage account and basically 0.5% in the Roth. Okay. Mark, biggest winners are OPI, KRC, and NEP. Let's see. There we go. Mehmed. Hello, all. First time live on the walk. Good to have you, my friend. Thank you for tuning in. CA's here up 0.8%. Biggest gainer is RMD, and biggest loser is General Mills, GIS. Luis, 0.62 in the green today. Ally up 3%, and Microsoft down 1%. Okay, Eric, all up, but Procter & Gamble, but that's negligible. Get Enbridge dividend tomorrow. There you go. INBM 210 wants to know what happened with Charlie. Unfortunately, he passed away yesterday. I think it was just about a month shy of his 100th birthday. I don't know if I'll have that number exactly right, but yeah, he unfortunately passed away yesterday, and I'm not even sure what from. Kevin says KRC is up nearly 5% this morning. It sure is. It sure is, Kevin. Happy to see you, my friend. There we go. Tara says, I think this is the first time in a long time that 100% of my positions are in the green. Best increase currently in realty income. I bought that dip hard. Good stuff. That's a smart move. This is a good question. What would you like to buy the most these days, but cannot do it? I think that's a really good question. So there's two that come to mind. Both of them are in the industrial sector. One of them is in my portfolio. One of them is not. I want to know, though, before I reveal it, can you guys guess which ones they are just based on that? I'm curious to know. I'll if you guys can't guess it, I'll share them with you in a moment. But I think you guys are pretty slick. I think you guys will know exactly which stocks I'm talking about. One is in my portfolio. One is not. Both of them, one of them I've been talking about a lot more lately. One of them I feel like I talk about all the time. Yeah, here we go. Thomas, Snap-on and Rollins. Fallon's app, Snap-on and Rollins. Yep, you guys are too good. Like I said, kitty cat. Rollins. Joyce, Rollins. Tara got it right there with Rollins. Kitty cat, Snap-on. Yeah. See, you guys are too good. You know me too well, but yeah, those would be the two that I'd like to buy. Snap-on in my portfolio has run up quite a bit, and there might come a time where I just decide to bite the bullet and just add to it anyway. But right now, there's other things in the portfolio that I can better my position in, so I'm opting to do that. And then Rollins is one that I'd really like to add to the portfolio. It's just, man, it's just kind of on the pricier side right now. Kind of like we were talking about earlier. It was, at one point recently, it was like $30 per share, and now it's up to, I think, over 40. And I'd rather buy it at $30 per share. So, maybe trying to time it's not, some would say that's not the best move, but at the same time, I want to establish the best position I can. I want to be patient and see if there comes a time where Rollins comes to the price point that I'd like it to. So I got a lot of time. I can be patient. And if it doesn't, I've got a lot of other great stocks in my portfolio, great companies that I own. So I'll be happy either way. Let's see here. Let's keep going. Let's see. There we go. Reggie says Bank of America and NextEra Energy, is that what that is? Are leafing today for me. Okay. Dean, the lean, mean Dean machine says, good morning. T-Row is my high mover today, up 2.5%. Morphe says, I made it to a live. Sick. Awesome. JD says, Williams-Sonoma still seems like a favorite of yours too. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. I love Williams-Sonoma. That's another one that kind of just got away from me, excuse me. But you guys already know that. I've said that a billion times. So let's check the count, guys, because we are, we're about 20 minutes into the stream and we are over the mark. I'll tell you that. So I've been going for exactly 65 minutes now. Okay. 2.2 miles. So gone the distance and just over 6,100 steps. Not too bad for 7:20 in the morning. And overall, that puts me at 111 calories. So we'll stop it there. 111 calories, not even 7:30 in the morning. Love to see it. Love to see it. It always feels good. Let's see. A couple things before we sign off for the day. I have a really good newsletter coming out tomorrow morning, bright and early tomorrow morning. And I'd love it if you guys read it. I'm going to put out a community post and a little bit about it for you to check it out. But if you want to get it delivered straight to your inbox, go in the description of the video and you can find the link to the most recent newsletter article from last week. Check that out too, because that's a good one. But in there, if you want to get this week's newsletter sent to you, you can put your email in right there. I'd love for you guys to read it. So that's one thing. Number two, what did I have for you? Number two, in about an hour and a half, I've got a video coming out for you guys. This is going to be my dividend income for the entire month of November. And I mentioned that in terms of overall performance, this has been probably my best month ever. Well, similarly, this has been my highest month of dividend income ever. Okay. A brand new record month. I'm so stoked about it. 12 different dividend payments in the month of November. And like I said, I'm putting that out in about an hour and a half. I'd love for you guys to check it out and see what the new record is. It's very cool. It's very cool. And yeah, I don't know. And I won't ramble too much because I know we got to get going. But I think about that. Think about the new record. And, these things happen once a quarter, every couple of quarters. We always talk about this long dividend investing journey being a series of small victories. You reach these new benchmarks, you reach these new milestones, whether it's a new high in the portfolio or a new month of dividend income. And the hardest part about this whole thing is staying patient and staying disciplined and staying consistent and continuing to invest when sometimes it feels like, nothing's moving the needle. Your portfolio is just kind of stuck, in quicksand. But I will say, and I talk about this more in the video, it's these small victories. It is these new record month of incomes, things like that really keep you going. And furthermore, if you track the portfolio, if you look at your monthly income over time, your annual income, your portfolio value over time, it's going to be, something like that. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs along the way, but the general trend is going to be up and to the right. And so more than anything, that's indicative of the progress you're making. And also that's a reminder of why you just keep going no matter what's happening. And anyway, I'll just leave it at there. I don't want to talk till I'm blue in the face about it because you guys get it. Thomas says, is there a video today? Yeah, there is. So it's going to be going live at 9 a.m. Pacific time, so noon Eastern time. And it's a whopper too. This video is one of my longest videos in a long time. So definitely check it out. I think you guys are going to like it. And if you do watch it, let me know in the comments of that video tell me a little bit about your income, your highest payments, your stuff like that. I want to hear from you guys in the comments. That's something I really, really enjoy reading about. So definitely do that. But Fast Eddie says, is tomorrow the last day or is Friday going to be? Mondays only after that? Yeah. So in case you missed yesterday's live stream, this is going to be the last full week of Walk to 100. Now, when I first started doing this, at the start of November, I've always maintained the position that, we're just going to try it for a month and see what happens. No guarantees, no promises. You guys might not like the stream. I might not like doing it. We're just going to test it out, test the waters and see where it goes. And so I've decided that after November, pretty much after this week, we're not going to do it every single morning. We're just going to do Walk to 100s once a week. I like it enough that I didn't want to completely eliminate it. I think it's a fun idea. I do enjoy doing it, but I don't necessarily want to do it Monday through Friday. I think for me, it's become too high of a frequency. So I would like to cut it back to just one day a week. And so it's going to be Mondays at 7 a.m. starting next week. That's how it's going to go. But yeah, we're finishing out the week strong. We have Walk to 100 tomorrow. We've got Walk to 100 on Friday. And we also have a Dividend happy hour Friday night. And I'm stoked for the Dividend happy hour this week because I've got Russ joining me. I've got Harris joining me. And Darth Dividend is on the fence. He, the Pac-12 championship, I believe, is on Friday night. If that's what he said. I think it was Pac-12. Some college football championship is on Friday night. And so he might be betrothed. He's not sure if he's going to be able to make it. So we'll see what happens. But he's invited nonetheless. Love to have him. Hope he does tune in. But anyway, it's going to be a really good week of content, guys. There's a lot of good stuff coming out this week. I'm excited for it. Yeah, let's see. Mehmed says, join the Discord. Yeah, link in the description to join the Discord. I think you guys will really like that. It's just one big group chat. JD says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Do not forget that, guys. There's 100 of us in the stream right now. So I'll tell you what, if there's not at least 100 likes by the time this stream ends, I'll find you and I will make you click that like button. That was weird. But anyway, let me see here. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap it up, guys. All caught up in the chat. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in this morning. We're going about 30 minutes now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for all the support. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And remember, hour and a half, set your alarms, set your timer. Video's going live at 9, 93 minutes from now. So I hope you guys check it out. I hope you enjoy it. And I'll see you there.